Good morning, guys. Every organization today drive on algorithms. We have data, data boards, AI, and automation. We think about and also predict sales, customer behavior, and also the pattern in which how we work. But the most important and powerful algorithm is always the human being. And that is what we miss the most. When we talk about human algorithm, right, we have patterns. After 25 years of HR leadership, working across industries and cultures, I have realized something very much fundamental. Human beings does not behave randomly. They are all patterned. When I say patterned, it also means they are not unpredictable. They are predictable. Way back, when I say this example, probably you can all think. HR, as a life, we all think we have done our job, but we also feel that something is missing. Talk about a scenario where we interview many candidates. We come across a situation where all these thoughts goes through one after the other. We talk about the guy was excellent on papers. Yes, we do come across those thoughts as a HR perspective. We also later say, the leader was excellent, he delivered result, but the team morale collapsed. We talk about leaders. We gave enough trainings. We invested on it, but we didn't get the return. We also say sudden burnout. We say all these HR people say, we are surprised. But I would say we are not surprised. We missed to capture the pattern. There are different patterns which we observe. Way back when I hired a top hiring, performing resource, we expected him to do well. He was excellent on resume. His credentials were strong. He gave a brilliant interview. Within 6 months, his team engagement drastically dropped. And we had many resignations coming in. When we did that exit interview, we came across few things. One, he is not a good listener. He doesn't listen. Second, he reacts emotionally. Third, he drives us with fear and does not provide clarity. Yes, guys, you would have all come across such situations. Back then, I used to ask, what did I do wrong? What went wrong? Later, I realized the fact was nothing went wrong. Years later, I realized that it was not the right question which I should have asked to myself. What pattern did we miss is what we should be looking at. When you talk about what pattern we miss, there is also something called behavioral always has clues. We miss to observe the behavioral clues. Right? Think of Dhoni. We all know Dhoni. Just imagine World Cup final. Millions of people watching. Last few overs. You are under tremendous pressure. Every player would react, but Dhoni rarely did. It's not because he was not under pressure, because he understood his inner algorithm. While people shouted, he listened. When people went on panic, he slowed down. This is what I called as human algorithm. He understands about himself. He leads people not by control, by connecting people with emotions during the time of chaos. He is regulated, hence his team is regulated. He is calm, so people trust him. And that's what we are going to talk about. Future skills. This is where the future skills lies. We are talking about human regulation, emotional regulations. We are talking about pattern awareness. There's an existing pattern which has to be followed. We also have a behavioral design. And this is what I call it as connecting hearts. When you connect with hearts, performance follows. How you need to improve the performance of the company? You have to make sure that people feel connected. People think. People feel aligned to the goals of the organization, the purpose of this organization. And that is where the performance goes. And HR must actually shift. HR is beautifully, we have all aligned and learned about technology. But what we have still to do is decoding of people. People do not behave because they are trained in that way, because they do the same way because of their past beliefs, experiences, and you have how they react towards the pressure. So during pressure, under pressure, people don't rise up to their caliber. Actually, people fall back to their behavior pattern. So in HR, we have to understand the behavioral pattern. As a HR person, if you are able to connect psychology, behavioral science, and also the context in the business, it is easy to achieve what you wanted to do. And that is why we say, let us improve from intuition to insight, from reaction to design. And we need to change as HR people from damage control to behavioral architecture. And that is where I say 3 shifts happen. 1, during the hiring process, we more move into behavioral pattern. We stop asking question whether this person can do the job, and we start asking how he will react during pressure. Second, we talk about leadership development. Leadership development is going to be truly personal. We are not going to fix a particular skill and develop them. We are going to reshape how they are going to react. Third, when you talk about well-being and the burnout, and we are going to predict the well-being and the future, where it lies, what the HR has to change. One is we need to train calmness under pressure. We need to reward integrity. And third is we need to know how to design the behavioral patterns. And we need to stop managing minds and connecting hearts. And that's where we say the future still feels human. Thank you, guys. I think